Hello, hello. How you doing? How you doing? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know where the full moon falls for you. Welcome, welcome. My name is Miladies. I am your spirit shifter here, guiding you on your journey towards self-awareness, whatever area in your life that may be, whether if you're grieving, whether if you're a beginner in figuring yourself out through self-care, through astrology, through tarot, through counseling, I am here for you. All right, let's get into this beautiful energy that's happening for us. September 29th, 2023. We are talking about where does the full moon in Aries fall in your chart? It is very important for you to do that. You can always book a transit reading with me so that you can figure out where is it falling, as well as what's happening for you in October and these eclipses that are coming up. I also want to continue to mention that I am now the official astrologer for Maraja Spiritual Luxury. So you can also book me there. And thank you for everyone who has been showing support from Grecia's page. Everything is obviously going to be linked down below, but I wanted to let you guys know. Also, we have a beautiful webinar happening based on your emotions. Now, once a month for the rest of the year, I'm going to be doing a 1.5-hour webinar that is free should you decide to join. After that, I will be placing it for those who watch it later. You can purchase it and dig into this for the rest of your life, pretty much. And so that is happening October 18th at 9 p.m. That is a Wednesday. And we'll dive deep into what the moon is, the emotions, the relationships, reminding ourselves that the moon is connected to the feminine energy and our feminine guardian. So that also discuss how our relationship was with our mother, our grandmothers, or any women in our lives. All right. Also, yes, because, we organized in here today. Today's the 26th. Oh, wrong one. Today's the 26th. And we have been doing 30 days of gratitude. I've been showing up every day at 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:02, the latest, on YouTube to guide us through a theme or category, and we're grateful for. You could write between 1 to 10 things. You can begin from day one, which I will recommend. There's so much juice in the different categories that we talk about, in addition to examples from people who participated alongside myself. I write some in the nighttime, and then I bring it to you guys in the morning time. So go ahead, join us, share it with a friend. It's for free. And gratitude opens up space for us to dig into some emotions that may have been hidden, in addition to opening up space for more of what you're grateful for to come in. So been doing gratitude since 2012, like really digging into that. I also want to remind y'all that we have an astrology group. So go ahead and check that out. We have a lot of different topics that we talk about that gets you to dig deeper into your astrology chart if you're a self-studier. I recently also put how Libra transits in each house to let you know, once you find where the moon is at, or you want to know where the sun is at in your chart, you can use this article to look through your chart and guide you alongside anybody else that you want to be nosy and look in their chart. And we also have, I didn't mean to put that. Well, there goes the moon for y'all. I was looking for, we have the Reiki box happening, but I don't see. Oh, here it goes. All right. So for every month of the year since 2019, I started in November 2019. I've been conducting a monthly Reiki box where I provide everyone with distance Reiki healing, whatever part of the world you're in, and you receive daily healing without us meeting. There's instructions and things like that. I send out a 2-page PDF discussing the topic that the theme that we're tapping into. For example, in October is going to be to align our back chakras that is connected to our ancestors. And it also happens to be the month where our ancestors and the dead are honored. So it's a great time to activate them so that they can continue to help you move forward in this lifetime. So that Reiki box is happening. Reiki box normally closes 5 days after the month is open because it's very intimate and I don't want you to miss out on any days. So it's always available. Come through and check it out. All right, so we're gonna now get into the nitty-gritty. I'm gonna switch this. I'm doing something new, y'all. Boom. All right. So I'm gonna bring you into what I use to look at your natal chart. And we're going to be basically focusing on the full moon in Aries. And as I move along and share what is transiting and what I'm talking about, you'll be able to follow along with me. So let's go back to April 20th when the solar eclipse was in Aries. And it was basically at its last degree. Something was ending and beginning at the same time. So since April until now, there has been a couple of things that we've been working on. And what is closing out is what started. So if you started a project, if you started a relationship, if you moved, if you say you moved and you've been there for 6 months and now you recognizing that that is not the area that you wanted to move to, you should have did some more research. Well, there was a lot of retrogrades happening during this time. So there was a lot of things that you needed to see that weren't in perspective before. Now that the full moon is coming, you can now create that decision and choose whether if you want to stay there living or if you want to move out and go somewhere else. That's the type of energy that I'm talking about. And there's a lot of friction happening. So although we may want to begin things, that energy of Mars being in Libra really puts us in a space of feeling somewhat lazy. I don't like to use that word, but so y'all can understand, somewhat tired, not wanting, we want to start something, but not feeling ignited. And that's again, because Mars is in Libra. Mars is going to be exiting Libra. Let me get my other paper, hold on. Mars is going to be exiting Libra. Hold on, let me see. On the 12th of December. On the 12th of October. And so that energy of us wanting to start push and pull is not really going to ignite until around the mid-October. So keep in mind that those ideas that you're getting are not for waste. It's just right now, you really do have to create that balance of not just making choices just because you want to do it, right? Because other people are involved. That's that Libra energy that's across with the sun. So Aries energy. What is Aries energy? When we talk about the zodiac signs, remember I expressed that it's the characteristic of the life, is the quality. So Aries talks about our needs, to be independent, and to develop our self-awareness, right? It's the first house. The first house describes how we show up, right? Our appearance, our personality, and how people close to us view us, right? Like I expressed, you have that Mars energy that's in Libra. So let me show you. Over here, you have Mars in Libra across from Aries over here. Oh, we got the wrong date. Hold up. Wait a minute. I seen that real quick. Hold on. OMG. All right. Well, there we go. Yeah, because I'm like, when I seen Libra over there, I was like, hold up. Libra don't belong over there. So, boom. You have Mars and Libra. Mars gives us the ability to act, to be assertive, right? That's that warrior energy, to go towards our personal desires, right? And it being in Libra is that energy of being in compromise, like, compromising with our energy, being in the space of wanting to share ourselves with others. So you have Mars all the way across from Aries. It's like it's not at home. So that definitely means that when you're feeling tired, honor that. When you're feeling that you need to push through some emotions and you have to wait to make a decision, honor that. It is for a reason. All right. Libra energy. Libra energy is about cooperation with others, being in the space and the ability to create harmony and balance, right? That diplomatic the diplomatic side of you, the way we want to dispute things without arguing, not necessarily choosing sides, but finding common ground for both sides. That's what Libra is all about. So just imagine the opposite energy of Aries, where Aries is just like, yeah, I don't go fuck. Libra's like, well, we should talk about this. So that's the energy that's going on at this current time. And Libra, it rules the seventh house, which is about having a significant others, having one-to-one relationships, whether if it's husband and wife, personal relationships, partnerships, business partners, your clients. So this definitely speaks to people who also are in business. There's a shifting that's happening with your clients in the beginning of April. I mean, when April happened, all right, let's get this together. When the solar eclipse happened on April 20th, and when it came to your business, what did you see? Did you see an increase? Can you double that if you've seen an increase? If you didn't see an increase and you implemented something, what can you change? So these are the things that you want to look at. Also keeping in mind that Venus rules Libra, and Venus right now is in Leo. Venus is right over here in Leo with Juno. Juno is an asteroid. We'll talk about Juno. Or y'all see my circles? I'm getting there. Look at this. Wow. Venus and Juno are together in Leo. So that's a good energy right there. But that also means that at the same time, Venus is still in her shadow, so there is still a push and pull situation when it comes to relationships. So Juno is an asteroid that, when you hear the mythology story, Juno and Jupiter were married, the husband and wives. All right. So, and Juno describes how we add meaning to a relationship, while Venus helps us attract the people and the things that we love and we value. All right. So this is also one of the reasons why Mars may be slowing down in Libra, because we're digging deep into what we really value. So although we got the itch to want to say, fuck this relationship, it's just like, what are you really valuing in this relationship? And this is all happening on the 29th, all right? So it just gets better. So for those of you who are in the astrology group, you already know that we're going to be talking about the North Node and the South Node. Right now, there's a lot of Aries energy popping. Aries and Libra have been the stars of this year, alongside, excuse me, Scorpio and Taurus. They have ruled the solar eclipse dates. And when we have solar eclipse and lunar eclipse, there's beginnings and endings. Solar, the sun, right? That's the new moon, and things like that. Lunar eclipse, full moon, ending, and things like that, which I'll be talking about that. So with that being said, with the North Node in Aries and the South Node in Libra, that energy recently came to us July 18th, all the way up to January 11th, 2025 is when it's going to be lasting. So every 18 months, the North Node and the South Node changes, which provides us with the North Node, where as a society we're heading, the South Node, what we're releasing as a society. So we go back to the themes of Aries and Libra. With the North Node in Aries, we are starting things fresh, brand new as a society. We want to revamp things as a society. And for the next 18 months, that's what we're going to be doing. Now, I'm going to give you a little example in a minute. With Libra in the South, and in the South Node, is about releasing people pleasing. It's about releasing your ability to not want to move forward because you want to put other people first. That sounds like people pleasing, but there's a difference between all of that, right? That's like putting your children first and leaving yourself behind. And then we go back to that angry Aries energy, like, oh, I should have did this for myself. I should have did that for myself. Begin to start putting yourself first. Fill up your cup. Fill up your cup. All right. So the North Node and South Node are going to be interacting with this whole atmosphere of, and I'm gonna show y'all where they at right here, of the full moon. There goes the node right here. That's the North Node and the South Node. How would you know? Because one is going down and one is going up. North, up, south, down. So now in 2020, here we go. This is the where you're gonna be like, oh, I see what this type of energy does. Prior to 2020, technology was not in the space of where it's at today. Gemini was the North Node, all right, and Sagittarius was the South Node. When Gemini was the North Node, 2020 was around, and for those 18 months, the fucking internet blew up. Yes, it was due to the cause of, you guys already know. Nonetheless, the way we've been able to maximize on technology and what we've been able to do in the last 3 years because of that 18 months of the North Node in Gemini and the South Node in Sagittarius, you can see how this type of transformation can happen in 18 months when it comes to the North Node and South Node and Libra. So go to the astrology group. We're going to be talking about that because you need to find out where is it at in your chart. All right. All right. So now let's talk about this full moon, as if we wasn't talking about it already. When we talk about a full moon, as you can see here, is when things are ending. We're already finding what's connected to us, what's not connected to us, what worked for us, what didn't work for us, and it allows us to release anything that doesn't belong to us. And with Aries, we really just like, all right, fuck it. We don't care. We're gonna keep it moving. That worked, that didn't work. Aries initiates, right? And when Aries initiates action, it does that. But after that, if it doesn't provide, if you don't provide Aries energy with more fuel, it's gonna die out. So anything that you started needs to die out, let it die out. All right, it's going to show you what you're capable of doing and what you can put your energy towards. And failure is good, so just leave it alone. All right, so always remember that when the moon is full, is at its brightest. So by it being at its brightest, you also get to be able to tap deeper into your emotions. By tapping deeper into your emotions, with Aries being the self, you get to go internal and figure things out. So you have this strong power to get things moving inside yourself, figuring out what your next steps are. This full moon is also about setting your ducks in a row, because shit is about to pop off. So let's get your intentions going, your gratitude going, begin to start planning. What does it look like? What does it feel like? All right. You also have this energy of getting yourself grounded, bringing things into the physical form. So allow yourself to really see what's calling you to be created. And that does mean that you might have to get out of your own way and get outside of the box and really believe in what you can't see right now in a group of people that are going to be supporting you, even if they're not physically in front of you at this time. This is what this talks about. If you didn't feel supported when you started what you started 6 months ago, it's time for you to look for a different group of people to find that support. All right. Aries, as I mentioned before, is ruled by Mars, and Mars is in Libra. When you see that energy, things start slowing down. You begin to, Libra is that zodiac sign that wants to talk. Let's talk about it. It's an air sign. Let's talk about it. So it is recommended that you continue to seek things through. And we've been going through this energy since August 27th. So seek things through, allow yourself to figure out the pros and the cons, giving yourself the ability to move away from what feels like tension, right? You may be sometimes feeling like there's a blockage or that there's no way out of this. And that is where conversations are being asked to come in. How can you bring balance to what it is that you want to see happen? Do you have to give something in to start something new? Do you have to change your schedule? Do you have to wake up earlier? Do you have to ask for assistance? This is also where you can ask for assistance. Don't be scared. Because it's not just about you, especially if you have people around you. When I say take care of yourself and put yourself first, what I mean is make sure that your cup is full. But that also means people around you. Because if you also don't check on the people that's around you while their cup is empty, they could be still pulling on your energy. So what was that for? All right. You also are going to be giving yourself this opportunity to think from a higher perspective. How can I make the best decision? How can I create solutions for myself? All right. I wanted to point out that a lot of the energy is going to be in the cardinal signs, which means that there's still going to be that energy of wanting to start things. But as you begin to get that energy of wanting to start things or look into that fire within you to see how you're going to start it, remind yourself to ground, remind yourself to ask yourself questions, tap into yourself. This is very important at this time. tap into yourself. October's coming in. That Scorpio season is coming in. We're going to be super intuitive, more intuitive than we've been in the last 3 years. So, yeah. Let's talk about telepathy. That intuitive. All right. So, around, I believe, October 6th, Mars is going, where's Mars at? Mars is going to be close to the south node. Where's it at? Right here. So with Mars being close to the south node, that really does talk about what are we closing out between the 4th through the 6th. What actions are creeping in to self-sabotage you? What's happening? So the reason why I mentioned this full moon is connected to what's happening for the rest of Libra season, especially when it comes to the new moon in Libra and the full moon in Taurus, okay? Because those are both eclipses that are happening in October, both of them. All right, so consider your actions, allow yourself to really dive deep into what it is that you want to be doing. Oye, pero ustedes hicieron algo. All right, we still working. All right. So we also have this energy of being reckless, right? We have this energy of wanting to fight for our right to party. This energy is coming from Aries. I don't have Aries here, but for the most part, what is happening here is that feminine energy, that rejected energy, that energy of feeling as if you haven't been heard, as if you need to stand up for yourself and for other people. That fight is in you at this time, but it's also coming from a wounded space of us in general. So when this full moon comes through, it really does talk about us. Some of us are going to be really feeling that energy prior to the full moon, where we might be doing some reckless behaviors. That does talk again, going back and doing self-sabotage behavior because you're not getting your own way. Let's be serious. Aries also is an immature type of energy. So when Aries is not getting its way, it starts getting angry. That automatically puts us in a space of self-sabotage. Is that the word for the today? So really dig deep into what it is that is bothering you. What part of you felt like you were not accepted? How can you begin to dig into that and accept yourself? Again, whatever you started 6 months ago, maybe it wasn't accepted by your boss. Your relationship wasn't accepted by your family. So when that energy of anger creeps in, how can you use that Libra energy, that Venus energy to think things through? How can you use that Mars energy that's in Libra to allow yourself to get answers from a higher perspective? This does talk about sitting down and writing things. It's like being an adult. We can't run around doing stupid shit anymore. What are your actions? Do you know your patterns when things don't go your way? This could be someone getting into a new relationship in the last 6 months and things are not going your way, so you do a self-sabotage, and now all of a sudden this relationship could have had gone well if a conversation was put down on the table. So now the conversation was rejected, now the relationship was rejected, all because we was being immature about the whole situation. All right, so really think things through, breathe, walk away, do what you have to do. All right. We also have the sun in Libra, all right, and it's connected to a deeper energy of still having that ability to take steps towards your goals, towards your desires, but at the same time, how can you strategize? What are my options? What solutions are out there? Libra really does talk about collaborating with other people so that we can be able to see everybody win. Libra is that win-win energy. I'm just looking through my notes, making sure I don't miss anything. If you started something that was out of your element, how do you feel about that? Venus, again, is in its shadow. So by Venus being in shadow, Venus and that self-worth energy is still a bit iffy in that sense. Venus is also going to be in having a square a couple of days later with Uranus for the last time. Oh no, that same day. Let me see. That same day or the next, that's Mercury. My bad. Yeah, that same day right here. Venus is going to be squaring Uranus. So with Venus squaring Uranus, that energy, it's again, what this happened 3 times already. This year, Venus squaring Uranus. So it's like, all right, I'm attracted to you. This energy is weird. So I'm just going to go ahead and ghost you because I don't know what this is all about. And then I'm going to take my time figuring it out because I'm in Taurus. Uranus is in Taurus. And it's just like, I need some time to think things through. That think things through energy, Venus being in the shadow, the full moon in Aries, all of this energy is really putting us to sit the fuck down and analyze what we've been through. Closing things out. Getting your final ideas together to start planning, to start figuring out when you're going to be launching what you want to launch, when you're going to be going into this new dating site. How are you allowing yourself to be seen when it comes to relationships? How are you allowing yourself to take care of your inner child, building a relationship with yourself, with your teenager self, with your 20-year-old self, so that you can be able to release some of that energy that you no longer are interested in carrying into your next relationship? Whether if it's friendship, whether if it's in your next job. Some of us are toxic coworkers. All right. Some of us are toxic coworkers. And also, when we place expectations on other people, right? Because of that people-pleasing energy. Aries is going to come in and do things by herself or by himself or whatever you want to say. Aries is just going to be like, you know what, I'm going to get it done myself. So also watch out for that energy. What can you do by yourself? What can you do that you don't need to rely on other people? Right? Can you plan a trip by yourself without having to have your friends go with you and allow yourself to process your emotions? Maybe some of y'all, it'll be cool to go away and meet a significant other out there. All right. All of this energy with Venus and Uranus is about really knowing that no matter what happens, you still can create options for yourself. All right. And then we also have that energy of Mercury in Virgo. Mercury in Virgo, which is right here, is going to be in the opposites of it's going to be in the opposites of Neptune. Neptune is in Pisces, right? And what this energy is providing for us is an understanding that when things don't go our way, and again, this talks about in the last 6 months, that anything that has not gone our way, we can charge it to the game, forget about it, and really understand that you can create a new plan. Because this is what this full moon is letting you know, that once this new moon comes in with Libra, you're going to be able to have things figured out. All right. Mercury is also going to be in a perfect shape with Uranus. So while Uranus is out there fighting Venus, like, nah, we're going to change this up. It's having a beautiful conversation with Mercury. It's like, okay, we're changing things up and we're going to allow ourselves to think things through and see how we can perfectly create this harmony of this desire that we want to do. But it's going to be a little shaky. So your thoughts might be spiraculous. Is that even a word? Your thoughts might come up spiraculously. Okay, let's leave it there. All right. Your relationship might just come up out of nowhere, right? This talks about Mercury is the internet. So you might just get a job out of nowhere. Okay, so the last 6 months you was part of a job and now all of a sudden it didn't go well. Okay, cool. Allow yourself to let go of that job, start putting your resume out, and out of nowhere, boom, you're going to be able to probably find something if you allow yourself to. Mercury is also having some beautiful conversations with Pluto, and Pluto is really putting us in a space of letting us know that at the end of the day, anything that we may feel was for us but ended up not being for us, we don't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about it. Things are working out for us, especially when it comes to the planets such as Pluto, Saturn, Neptune. These are planets that hold much deeper insight on what the stars are holding for us, because they're more into space than Mars and Venus. So they provide us with a deeper perspective, a much more concrete perspective. So when that Uranus and Pluto is talking to Mercury, is like, yeah, this is the bigger plan. All right. You also have Saturn and Pisces, just like Neptune's in Pisces, Saturn's in Pisces. So my Pisceans, I know y'all feeling it. That structure. I'm sorry, because I know that structure is like, what the fuck? All right. Pisces is not used to that structure. So again, Pisces, Saturn in Pisces is like, nope, 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 nope. Get some structure. Nope. Don't do things random. Nope. Tap into your spirituality. Nope. All right. And then you also have this energy that Scorpio and Cancer are having here, where they are providing us with that ability to tap into our emotions. So I will recommend, there goes that Cancer. Where's it at right here? That Cancer energy is really putting us in a space of saying to ourselves, okay, I really have to bring in my emotions when I'm making these decisions. These decisions are quite big for us. Whatever each and every one of us said that we was going to do during the new moon, and it didn't go quite as we planned, that doesn't mean that it's over. That means that it's time to step it up. That means that it's time to involve other people. That means that it's time to continue to manifest that idea and desires now that you have a concrete knowing of what didn't work and what did work. And now when this Libra solar eclipse comes through, it's on and popping. All right, y'all. I don't want to overdo it and get your brains all fluttered and shit, seeing all these lines. But I did wanted to share with you guys the system that I use to be able to express your natal chart. Now, if I wanted to look up my natal chart,